Hello, hello everyone. I'm back. That's a good news for some, bad news for some others. But this today I had to close Paolo in the other room because he didn't really do a good job last week. So I had my revenge. News of the day, but it's the 7th of October, so happy birthday to the great John Mellencamp. Sorry, but personal big one for me. Paolo didn't win the Nobel Prize, unfortunately. He didn't win his Fetal Glory game either, so I don't know what you want to make of it. But hey, Fabio, we have Paolo's brother online following us. That's luckily Paolo is not around today because would have been a bit of a problem. But anyway, hello everyone. You know that we have only about 24 hours left for everyone to play the Starship Troopers demo. Actually, for some who have been having problems loading the game and with some bugs for compatibility mainly, we have decided to extend the presence of the demo over the weekend. So if you have the demo with you and you still want to play it a little bit, you can play it over the weekend as well. We're gonna deactivate it on Monday next week. So make sure you give it a go. It's been going, I think, very, very well. I have to say, you know, the demo has been downloaded around 80,000 times, which is big numbers. You know, consider this is the second most downloaded game of the Steam Next Fest. The feedback we are getting is incredible. You know that after you finish the demo, and we urge you to do that. You know, after you finish the demo, leave either a message on Discord or fill the form for the feedback form we have set up, because we are getting a lot of feedback. A lot of positive feedback, a lot of you know, stuff to fix, stuff that doesn't work. We're listening a lot. The guys at Artistocrats are taking a lot of notes. So next week at tea time, we'll try and run through all these things that you guys are asking to change or fix, or you know, you don't like, or you would like to be improved. So it's important that, you know, you give us the feedback, because that's what's going to help us make a better game. But overall, you know, things are going great. We are increasing the number of wish lists like mad. This is now stable in the top 10 of most anticipated strategy games, and we're very excited about the game. So thanks everyone for contributing to that and for doing your part. I wanted to also thank the inordinate number of streamers who contributed to spread the word. We have something, I think the top 10 YouTubers generated over 800,000 views on the Starship Troopers demo. So it's an incredible number. So, you know, thanks to Remy, who's, you know, generated over 200,000 views on his own, Anti-Raptor and Spattercat and Angry Joe and Baron, Hugo Tester from Spain did an incredible job as well. Danfield, a French guy who's done a great job as well. Bassett from Russia, and believe it or not, the game went very well in Thailand as well. So it's a massive thing. It's a massive thing. We're very excited. We are super, super proud of what we've achieved. It took us a long time to get where we are, and now it's going to take us some time to get to release because of the changes are asking and what you're asking to improve. But it's definitely going to be a game that you guys want to play. So thanks for pre-ordering as well. Thanks to Soviet Hush and to anyone else who already pre-ordered the game. This is helpful as well. I hope that you pre-ordered it after playing the demo, because that means that you've been convinced by the game itself. And the more feedback we have, the more we are going to be able to improve the product and make it a better one. So thanks for that to everyone. One thing I wanted to say also, just Bruno just told me before we got into the stream, we've reached the number of subscribers to unlock some DLCs. So for the happiness of Mordante, who already has all of these, we've unlocked 5 DLCs for Field of Glory Ancients on the Slit store. You can now redeem them with your slits, and they're all available now. And we're just missing around, what is it, 35 followers to unlock more back catalog games. So make sure you also follow if you don't already do that, because this will allow us to offer more games in the Slit store, which is great. So this is Starship Troopers week. So we were super big in focusing on Starship Troopers, but a lot of other things have happened, and I wanted to. I'm in Australia. It says 1st of April 2021. Yeah, I know, Soviet Hush. Well, the release date is of course very much dependent on what is going to be left to do. It maybe that's going to happen earlier. We had to put a release date because the pre-orders need a release date. It's definitely going to be a Q1 release. We are looking at assessing what exact date it's going to be, but make sure you tune in into Tea Time, because we really have this thing now where we try and be super transparent on when the games are releasing. So we're going to give you also new release dates today and make sure that you know what is happening with release dates across the board. Are we not going to discuss the sense of violence? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I don't know. We'll see. Release date for Battlesector on console. We're coming to that, Spartan. We are coming to that in a moment. We're actually... I can't see the clip. The violence clip. Ah, right. Okay. I mean, the police has been involved in that, and so there's a court being involved. So I don't want to comment on this specific episode. But suffice to say, Francesco is fine. He is home for the week, but we're going to have him back very, very soon. I'm sorry for Paolo's behavior, but again, the most we could do was close him in his office for a full week without food. So you'll see that the results of that next week, hopefully. It was a weird tea time. I actually watched it. I had the guts to watch it only yesterday because I was a bit worried about it. But it was fun. It was fun. I actually liked it. So thanks to Paolo and Francesco, really saved the day on that specific tea time. Let me say something about Battlesector, right? So, guys, Battlesector, someone who was asking about console release dates. So we recently published, I think yesterday, published a dev diary, an updated dev diary for Battlesector. And the news are basically, number one, the console versions are all into certification now. When a console version goes into certification, that means that it's a bit out of our hands. So it means that console manufacturers are checking out if everything is fine, if everything is compliant, and they will be telling us about that. Once we pass certification, we will identify a best release date. Thanks for subscribing. Goodness gracious, Scurvy Derby, nice. So we'll tell you about release date as soon as we have it, but we're approaching. So it means that going into certification means that our job is over. Now, if there's stuff to fix, we'll fix it after the feedback on the game. But we're done, and so Black Lab Games have delivered what they had to deliver. There will be, we've also in the step diary, we've also hinted about a patch that's going to come very soon in the coming weeks. The patch is mostly going to address some balancing issues, so on combat stats, and more specifically about how the game calculates the low scoring on low scoring damage rolls. It will impact a little bit of the stats, but there's a full explanation in the dev diary. So hopefully we can put a link in there and in the chat and see to see what that means. The guys are also working on tournaments, so we'll soon have tournaments for Battlesector, which is great because, of course, Battlesector is, as I say, the closest thing to the tabletop. Some media say that, so hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy tournaments as well. We love, how much we love our tournaments and how much we push them, so it's going to be an interesting thing also to play with. Also, we've announced that there will be two lines of DLCs. So the first line of DLCs will be coming before the end of the year. We're going to add new units to existing factions, both for the Blood Angels and the Tyranids, and there will be a new faction releasing in Q1 next year, probably in the first half of Q1, so it's not too far away. And you guys can start guessing what this new faction is going to be. We're not going to announce it yet, but we are working on that as we speak. And the Blacklight Game guys are super busy trying to sort of fit all these things I've told you in their schedule. And as a part of this, I wanted to publicly congratulate Blacklight Games, who just recently won best development studio in Australia, as awarded by the Australian Game Developers Association, which is huge. It means that in 2021, Blacklight Games has been the best studio in the country, which is incredible. And so congratulations to the Blacklight Games guys. It's a great team. It's a great team to work with, but they also deserve it massively because of their pattern, how they started, how they the vision I have, and Porterbet in particular, they have been incredibly successful, and what they did for Battlestar Galactica, what they're doing for Battlesector, what they did before that. Thanks for following us, Lawless 1983. I'm super proud for them, and they absolutely deserve it. Will there be DLCs in the future for Terran Command? Soviet Hush? We don't know yet. Well, if the game is successful, yes, of course. It's we still don't know which directions DLC is going to take. If it's more going to be content, if it's going to be more like features and so on. But considering the amount of attention the game is getting, we're definitely looking at a long shelf life for Starship Troopers. Warplan Pacific Steam release date 2022. Loon Striker, we don't know exactly when, but it's definitely a 2022 release. And so we're working on Steam release for War in the East now, War in the East 2, which is going to happen before the end of the year, that's for sure. I hope Edmund likes my Norwegian railway mug. This is for all Norwegians following us. This is one of the best railways in the world, by the way. This is for Battlesector. I wanted to just update you on where we are. Also, of course, today's release day. We have Order of Battle Allies Resurgent just released. Guys, this is the second one in the Order of Battle Allies trilogy. It's the game covers basically between Operation Torch and Operation Husky. That's the time frame. So you start in North Africa, and this is sort of the start of the involvement of the Americans in the war, and then you sort of basically end up towards the invasion of Sicily and the starting of the European operations of the Allied there. The game just released. It's a great game. After this, we have a stream by, I think it's Gamer, streaming the game on our channel. So you'll see a bit more about that. The game includes basically all the updates that you would expect. So there's, I think, 14 different missions. There's 5 new allied commanders, 12 scenarios. Got a notes there, and I can't even read them. And we have 2 new specializations and 11 new units, which I'm not going to list because they're a bit of a mouthful. Also, if you own the other Allies DLC on Steam, make sure that you use the bundle to get your discount. Complete the bundle and you get the discount, because there's a 20% discounts for adopters of the previous Allied DLC. Make sure you use it, because it's it's a great way of of saving some and making the loyal customers happy as well. Pew pew mew. Thanks for the welcome back. I was looking forward to coming back, although I hear that Paolo has done a great job and Francesco suffered tremendous injuries. On top of this, well, I want to mention a little bit about Commander Red Tide, which is the next release, and I'm going to come to the release schedule later or after this, but Commander Red Tide comes on October 21st. We already announced that date, but if you weren't aware, that's the release date. And thanks for buying, Christian, and hopefully you'll enjoy the game. And today on Command Red Tide, Dimitris, the super boss, president, head of the Command development team, published on the Command official page the list of scenarios with all the details of what they are going to be about. So it's a long list, interesting list, and if you like Command, you're gonna enjoy all the details about it. And there's a lot of descriptions and such. You can find also the same one on the Matrix forum. I will try and summarize the Starship Troopers information later, One Cliff Booth, before we finish, so stick with us. Of course, Red Tide so recreates the hypothetical conflict between NATO and the communist powers in 1970, following on the Northern Inferno DLC 1975. You play with the NATO, Soviet Union, FPDA's forces and such. It's a pretty big DLC compared to others we've released in the past, in a sense that it's not only the number of missions that's big, but it's a pretty extensive in scope, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Also leveraging on the latest updates on the game and so on. So make sure that you have it on your library, because I think this is one of the most intriguing and complete DLCs, I would say, that we've ever released on Command. And of course, this is developed by the original team of Command. So it takes advantage of everything it could possibly take advantage of. Of course, Roberto, when writing this little note, said, make sure you follow the Facebook page of Command if you like Command. It's a great source of information, and you get a lot of news there as well that I can't mention in tea time most of the time. When will you reveal gameplay of Stargate Timekeepers or some more information about this game? Tommy, I think definitely before the end of the year. And what we want to do on Stargate is make sure that we have a solid, showable version of the product, instead of just maybe showing screenshots and things, because this is a game that you want to look at and have some participate in a live stream. As you know, we don't like pre-recorded, made up stuff. We like to sort of make everything as interactive as possible. So we'll try and include gameplay of Stargate before the end of the year. At the moment, we're planning for releasing it around Q2 next year. More. There's more. DW2, we have a new dev diary that's just went up. Make sure that you check it out. Next week we'll give you more information about release date for DW2 and give you more information about where we stand with the game, what is the plan, and how we are going to take it to the market. It's a pretty intense time for this DW2 team. They're crunching like mad. Elliot is just making such long hours that we're trying to give him some breath, because he's doing a lot, or maybe too much. So the game is approaching fast, and we're super excited. Next week we'll give you a bit more details. And more questions there? No. Also, we have a tournament for Feel of Glory that's just going to go up. If you want to subscribe, this is the Crusades tournament. This is going to use, of course, the Swords and Scimitars DLC. You gotta make sure this is two separate things. It's not the World Team Wars Championship that is going on a side. This is using the official tournament system. So that's of course one of the best, the most played games we have on tournaments. So it's going to be interesting. So see how many of you are participating. We've got 2 active tournaments right now. One is of course the Valorant Victory one, and the other one is the championship, the World Championship for Panzer Corps 2. I think we have a partial scoring for Panzer Corps. That's if you can go to the tournament page and check who's winning on the Panzer Corps. Here's your first 3 there. It's 365 participants, so it's a lot of people there, and it's going to last for quite a bit. More questions there? No. Combat mission updates. Okay, let's try and go to the release schedule. So we have spend a little bit of time there, full screen, and comment on a few things there. Right, so next one, of course, is Rogue Command Red Tide, October 21st. We have more dates coming. We have the Fantasy General 2 Switch, which has now a release date, October 21st. We have added the Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive release date, November 18th, which is basically the week before, or just the week before, or the week of Thanksgiving. We always have a traditional war game release on the week before or in the week of Thanksgiving. This is Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive turn. This year we are close to master. Vic is working hard to deliver in the next couple of weeks, and so we're pretty excited. It's we just sending the manual to print this week, so we have more to come. What is We Go Stalingrad? We Go Stalingrad, Mordante, is it's the new game from Brian Kelly and the team who made the Desert War product. So it's a WeGo turn-based, sorry, it's a WeGo hex-based, tile-based game that uses that's made by Brian Kelly and his team, and it's based, of course, on the Stalingrad campaign. So it's very much focused on the specific operation, whilst Desert War was much bigger in scope, but it's very specific about what happened in Stalingrad. I think it's already in beta, so if you want to subscribe to the beta, feel free. More. Nothing in December. G4th. There is stuff in December. We are, as I said, we're planning to release War in the East 2 on Steam in December. Not sure about release date. And not everything we have coming in before the end of the year is listed here. There's a couple of more, I think probably 3 things that we haven't announced yet that are here. One of which I've hinted at the start of this stream by saying that Battlesector will receive a new DLC before the end of the year, which is a units DLC, adding units to the existing factions. And so, and there's more, of course. DLC for Gladius, I hope. I think hoping is a good thing, and I think you should probably keep hoping. What about Campaign Series Vietnam? Lancer, Campaign Series Vietnam is a bit undecided yet, in a sense that Jason's almost finished his job on the game right now, so it's all about us finding the release date. We just don't want to throw it out there, so we make sure that we do all the things in the right order. So it's happening. It's definitely happening in a sense that it's almost, development is almost over, and we'll make sure that we deliver as soon as viable for the market, because of course, you have to think about other releases, what's happening out there, and so on. So everything is based also on market decision and marketing decisions. Use the whip so that Southern Storm is not delayed. We need it soon. 2022. That's the only thing I can say. And if and the guys are definitely working. I don't need a whip for them. They're working very hard on the game. So absolutely. What is the status of PBM++ system? I guess Auto Wilds, you're talking about Combat Mission. Still working on it, and we'll have an update on this in coming days. I don't have any firm release or time frame for that. Unfortunately, we're working through it, and it's not super easy. Will there be a skirmish in Terran Command? Yes. Been working on it. Thanks for answering. No problem. I'm here to answer questions. Also, we have streams coming up. So if we can have our little paper with all the streams. Okay. So next up we have. I know this one. I don't have to look at it. We have Gamer playing Order of Battle Allies Resurgent. After Gamer, we have XCRG playing Armored Brigade. By the way, I know things about Armor Brigade that are super, super cool. Really super top stuff. And at 8 o'clock, we have Exebu playing Battlesector. Tomorrow, we have Das Tactic playing Fog 2 Medieval. I don't know if the game or one of the DLCs, but Mordante, make a note in your diary. And at 8 o'clock, we have XTRG playing White, War East 2, I keep saying White. And on Saturday, of course, Kushan is back with his Command Modern Operation stream at 6 o'clock. And Sergeant Z-Dog is playing ICBM at 8. What else? I wanted to tease you about Armor Brigade because stuff is happening, is so cool. This team is so great. I just can't believe what they're doing. And okay, so summary on Starship Troopers. I promised to get back to that. So the Turn Command demo is going to stay online until Monday. So we'll still have the full weekend to play it, to improve your skills. That's because a patch was released while the demo was available, and some players didn't have the chance to actually play it fully. So we're making it available until the end of the weekend. make sure you post on the Discord channel and fill the form that is provided at with the demo. We are collecting all the feedback. Next week, we're going to dive into more details about what this feedback has been so that you guys can interact with us. I hope that we'll have someone, or maybe we'll chat with David Sharrock up in Amsterdam to see, you know, what is going to be the priority and so on. But nevertheless, we'll have an honest chat about what the feedback has been. And thanks to everyone pre-ordered to the game. Thanks to all the streamers who made a stream about the game. It's been incredibly helpful because players' feedback, streamers' feedback, press, media feedback is all good feedback. So we are working on now a new schedule for development and seeing where we're going to end up. Make sure to deliver the game as soon as we can. No, we cannot give you pre-orders on Matrix G4. We're not opening pre-orders on Matrix. Only Steam pre-orders are available right now. And more. So for instance, I beat it at 3 stars and at 5 stars. Doomstrike, you're doing very well because most of the feedback is the game is too hard. So there was a nice article today on Rock Paper Shotgun saying that the game is too hard, and it's not the first that points out that some mechanics are hard for non-RTS, for non-strategy lovers. So we'll have to balance that. That's one of the points that come up kind of frequently now. So. And any more Decisive Campaign Ardennes live streams? Oh yes, there will be more, Andrew, many more. Yeah, check out the stream agenda on Twitch. There's definitely more coming. Will there be physics in Terran Command? I don't know, Soviet Hush. This one question for the developers, but I'll make sure that we answer that either here or on Facebook. All right, so guys, this is it. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. Been a pleasure trying to answer all your questions. And how's Distant World going in beta? Is the release date forming? Sebsti, we've just answered. I think that we're going to tell you more about when Distant Worlds 2 is releasing next week, because we'll have a bit more of a firm date, at least a release time frame. But the beta is doing well. The problem is that there's a lot of feedback, and the guys are crunching like mad to get all the fixes and all the changes that you guys are pointing to. So definitely one to look at. Marco, before we go, please tell the devs to fix the radio operator. That one unit is the most overpowered unit at the moment. Yes, definitely one feedback that's been coming towards us, and we're looking into that. Absolutely. So I had 34 minutes. I'm 4 minutes overdue. So thanks to Pillit for making a cover on their magazine for Battlesector. Means a lot to us. Means that somebody said, I don't know in which article, somebody said, we're becoming the paradox of 10 years ago. So we're growing and making the strategy gaming world a better place. So thank you guys. You're a big part of this, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And in the meantime, enjoy the games, enjoy the demo, and I will see you on Thursday next week. Bye.